Hey everyone, welcome to the Reseller Room podcast. We're excited to be diving in today's conversation. So whether you're looking to start a business or looking to grow your reselling business, we hope that this conversation is beneficial to you.
Yeah, so you guys might recognize who we have here today.
Man, this is all very official. That was a very great intro. I don't trust anybody, though, that wears shoes like that.
Understandable.
That's way too many colors for one pair of shoes.
Fun fact about these shoes, he is only allowed to wear these at game conventions per his wife's request.
Like I have not worn these shoes.
You gotta show the shoes up.
In the state of Michigan.
Boom. That's those are loud.
Those are loud. That's a good word for it.
Yeah, they're intense.
I have jackets like that. I have my Game Genie jacket that I am sporting, and my wife is like, "You will not wear that anywhere else than at nerd conventions." I'm like,
"That's my Hawaiian shirt. It's the same thing."
Noted. No, I'm pumped to be here. This is awesome.
Yeah, so thank you. Retro Rick, for those that don't know, is sitting next to me. You have done YouTube for what, 6 years?
Just had my 6-year anniversary. I got a little note on YouTube.
Wow. That's insane.
You 7 or 8?
I think 8.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. Yes.
Dang. Okay. Yeah. 6 years.
Yep. So you've done that. You now have a phenomenal game store. How many years has that been?
2.5. The game store, it's really cool. And the game store actually is 20 years old now, but it passed ownership
so you took it over 2.5 years ago. A second channel. You've got a lot going on, my friend.
Couple things.
And you're doing it really well. And I've been, admiring everything from a distance, and we've gotten to become friends and kind of talk about the deeper things of life and of business and of everything. And it's been really cool to be able to do that. Mm-hmm. So today I want to dive into some of those topics, some things that we've talked about, some that maybe we haven't. But one thing that I'm really interested in with your business is, one, it started with really just you, and it has grown to something that involves a pretty big team.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about your team. Like, how many people work with you, for you? Like, what's that situation?
Yeah. And again, we did, get to kind of like share a little bit about that. I think that's what's the craziest part is you start something. I didn't start the YouTube channel thinking I was going to need a team. Yeah. That's kind of one of the biggest things. It's like I started the YouTube channel because I thought it might be fun and cool. And, now, 6 years later, we have a team. We have a team of 10 people. 7 are full-time. We have 3 part-time people that lean towards full-time sometimes. There's a lot, yeah. And that is across... no, that's not... I guess there's more. I didn't even count Riff in that. Sorry, Riff.
Shout out.
Sorry. That was more... Yeah, this is more... I guess
him?
Yeah, I give him a little bit.
Oh, that's messed up, man.
I give him just a little
kindness
bit.
Of your heart, man.
No, I guess I'm counting the store team in general, because that's the day in and day out for me. Is I'm at the store almost every day. I'm there Monday through Friday if I'm not traveling. Yeah, mm-hmm. So 10 people.
That's insane.
How did you know when it was time to bring on someone? Because obviously starting it from ground zero, like it was just you. Probably for a while. Like, when did you realize, like, oh, I could maybe actually bring someone else on to help with this?
Unlike Chase, I don't set very good boundaries. I work like a maniac.
Oh, man.
Like, I'm saying, like, and a big problem is I love working. Like, I love it. It brings me life. I love seeing things getting done. It stresses me out, gives me anxiety not seeing things done and seeing things pile up. It just like I used to not be able to go on vacation because I was like, no, I can't go on vacation because I can't get all this stuff done to go on vacation. And then all the stuff that I'm going to have coming back, it would just stress me out. I'm like, I just want to go on vacation then. Like, so I'm very, very bad at that. I've gotten a lot better. I've got amazing people around me that help keep me accountable to let me know, like, dude, you're looking pretty... My left eye gets really, really bloodshot in this corner whenever I'm really stressed. And I have a couple people that see that, and they're like, we got it, dude. We can do the invoices. You go home. So I've got people like that around me, which is really, really good. But I'm doing a lot better. My work weeks have kind of a cutoff to whenever I'm kind of done for the week. And I knew that I had to start hiring people whenever I started having to put more hours in again. I'm like, okay, what's happening? Why am I having to be here longer? And then I would kind of reassess and evaluate, oh, it's right here. I could hire somebody part-time and we have the money to do it. You know, the store's doing well. Let's go ahead and try that.
So who was your first like full-time hire? Like when did that happen?
So we're talking store? What are we talking?
Wherever you want to go. I mean, store is certainly a big factor, but like,
yeah, I would say probably going back to the beginning was Aaron, was Riff. That was the
so getting
main
the editor to support.
That was the main one. You know, you start something like YouTube, and we've talked about it before too. It's like to have a successful YouTube channel is almost like catching lightning in a bottle. It's so hard, and like because this is a person that is trying to put out videos that are entertaining, that are engaging. You have to be a good storyteller. You have to be good at knowing how to edit. You have to know how to make a good title and a thumbnail. It's kind of crazy for someone to actually be able to do all of those things. And then whenever that person somehow successfully does all those things, you kind of feel like you have to keep doing those things. It's like, well, this is how it became good. Oh, I can't give up any creative liberties. It is doing well because of this.
How'd you do that? So like when you started, you're making every decision, you're doing all the edit, you're deciding what the videos look like, and then handing that off to someone else when that's been your thing, your creativity. Like, how did that go for you? Were you okay?
It was scary.
Okay.
Especially because Riff puts in dirty things in the videos, questionable things. And I have to always remind him, Miss Debbie from my choir at church watches my videos. That's always his filter.
Miss Debbie, man.
That's always his filter. He's like, Miss Debbie's not going to care. I'm like, yes, she will. You're not putting that in. He's like, okay, fine. So here's the thing. It's the same way that how you catch lightning in a bottle with a somehow successful YouTube channel. That's what I feel like I got with Aaron, with Riff. I mean, dude is like any other. Like he knows the space. He knows humor. He knows story arc. He knows all those things. So when I gave him my first video and I was like, oh God, please be okay. And he sent it back to me and it was 50 times better than anything I could do. I was like, okay, this is what I should have been doing from a while ago. So it was easy because he was the best, you know?
Yeah, that's nice when it becomes easy. I experienced something very similar when brother David was the first one that I brought on, and similar thing. He became an editor, but he also helped in the selling side of the business. And then he left, went and worked for Thayne for a little bit and at church, and Sky Guy came on and kind of like took what Brother Dave kind of created with making the videos a lot better. It's funny, you watch the first couple of years of our videos and then you go to the ones where other people started getting involved. It's like, oh,
it's quite a difference.
It is quite the difference, because I edited for the videos for the first couple of years, and that is not a strength. I never let myself take more than an hour on an edit, which is
wow.
I think
it's pretty quick.
I think it's quick, but
let's button up some clips together and call it a day.
Getting it out there, right? So I think there's this letting go that has to happen, and then kind of once you're into it, there's a culture that starts to happen within the team that you have, and it's become evident, you know, hanging out with Michael, who's kind of a right-hand man to you, and,
for sure.
very, very highly involved. He's phenomenal. Haven't got to meet a lot of your team, but with what you say about them, the culture seems very cool. It seems like people are very invested. Like they really care. Like they care about the business. They care about each other. So I'm curious, like some of the ways that you've created that culture within a team. I think there's a lot there.
Yeah.
And I'm curious what some of your tactics or some of your thoughts on how to create that.
I'll say, and again, you'd have to ask them as well, because this is my own personal opinion. I feel like I'm a pretty easy boss. I don't feel like I think sometimes a little too easy. I think I become a little too passive sometimes. Mm-hmm. I definitely want. I've always been taught that it's such an invaluable thing to have an employee, a right-hand man, somebody that can be in work mode and in any moment. So say I work for you. I can be your friend and I can be joking around, but as soon as I can sense even a little bit of like you're on and it's time to get on, like it is time, boom, I'm employee. Boom, I'm friend. And be able to move that hat over and over again is one of the best things you could ever have. You know what I mean? In an employee. It's like I can put on work mode hat, I can put on friend hat, but I'm here to support your vision, Chase. Like I'm in, man. Whatever you need me to do, I can do it. So I think we have a team that is very good at that. They're very good at knowing how to goof off in a video because we're doing some weird game in the game store and I'm on the ground sideways trying to like help them push a ball across this. And then in a next moment, I'm like, why did this go out like this? Mm-hmm. How did you guys sell this game that looks like this? It looks like trash. And it's like, you're right. That's me. That's my bad on that. So I think being able to not just be boss all the time or just be friend all the time is super, super important, which I'm sure you can talk to because that's basically your whole crew is friends that work for you.
Yeah, it's a unique thing. I have 5 full-time people now, and they happen to be friends. I mean, the newest hire, Nolan, he's a bit younger. You know, I think he's 10 years younger than me.
He's really the first one that you've hired that hasn't been there's been a direct friendship before the hire.
More of a mentor relationship with him, but all of us knew each other through church originally. And we definitely have a unique culture in that regard. And I think it can be risky to do something like that, hiring your friends.
Very risky.
Very
honestly.
risky.
Actually, the world says never hire your friends, typically.
Yeah, so it's interesting recognizing that, but I think something that's important to me, and I think this is important to you as well, is just truly being invested in them personally, caring about their personal lives, their families, and having a culture that is loving, that is, we have something in our group where like once a week, usually on Mondays, we get together as a team and we just like pray for each other. And this is something we all love the Lord. And like, this is something that we all share, and it's something that's very important to us. And it's like, it doesn't make business sense to do this by the book. We're taking 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever it is, to just stop and like, it's like, hey man, you good? What's going on in life? And praying for each other. But like, since we've done this, and we've only done this maybe for the last year, 6 months to a year, it's just the culture has shifted, and there's another level of like, man, we just truly genuinely are on the same page. We care for each other. And now we're going to pray for the business, and we're going to kind of like focus and set some goals, set some vision, what's going on this week. So I think that balance of like just truly caring, and having that is important, and I think you share that sentiment a little bit with some of the things you've
definitely
said.
It takes a level of maturity, not only for you guys but also your team members, to be able to recognize kind of the different aspects of the relationships at play, like being friends and having a personal connection with your team, while also, like you were saying, having that professional connection of kind of that responsibility of like, hey, we need to do this well. We need to have a level of excellence in what we do. And I think it takes a lot of maturity on both sides to be able to walk that. Like talking with Michael, there's a tremendous amount of respect that he has for you, obviously. And it seems like there's a lot of mutual kind of conversations where you guys will talk and kind of digest things to kind of help grow the business forward. I know I've seen that with you and Skylar, or even you or any of your team members, kind of that mutual kind of submission, or kind of like, hey, let's work together and collaborate on this, is a big deal.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just the trust factor. I mean, that's probably why you've hired a lot of people that you know. And I'm almost too slow with making decisions sometimes. Like I am very, very slow, and I want to I tend to think of worst case scenarios and what about this, and like I tend to go almost too slow, but I think it's good because it builds a level of like trust that I have in the person, to where like I know Michael has my back. I know he's invested into this thing, and we're on the same page because we made sure it was the right hire. And with right now with our hires, we're to the point where this doesn't normally happen. Like I'm kind of to the point now where I'm like, I'm not going to hire anybody unless they're the best. Like that's
yeah. What makes up a good hire in your eyes?
So for instance, I think right now we just hired Kayla. She is over Pokemon at our store. And I realized that Pokemon is huge. We have to do it. It's adjacent to video games and everything that we have going on. We would be fools not to do this. Well, it would be foolish for me to think I can do it because I can teach myself, and I have. The last 2 months, I have a lot of Pokemon knowledge up here that I didn't really want to have, but now I have it because I wanted to get it started. And then she came into the store, and I could just tell by her charisma, by the way she's so educated in it. Mm-hmm. She's really good with people. And then she was like, yeah, I can help you with videos too. And I'm like, oh my Lord Almighty.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Do you, I will pay you more than anywhere you're getting paid. Yeah. Cool. And now she works for us. So it's, I heard a pastor actually say this one time. He said, if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. So he's like, pay your people well. Like pay your people well. And 95% of our team has stayed with us because we make sure that we take care of them kind of the same way. We make sure that they're healthy and that they can take care of their families and their friends and, the people around them. So we pay them well too.
Yeah, it's been really cool. One quote that I heard recently on a podcast, the guy was really excited about it, and he's a pretty big business guy, has a big team, and had this fundamental shift in the way that he sees people and teams and just everything. And he says it's 5 words, and those 5 words are you support what you create, which the more you think about it, the more it makes sense. And the more I think about it, I'm like, yes, this is very, very true for me personally. And like, I'm recognizing that this is true for the team that we have at Caterpie too. Like in the sense of you take ownership over what your voice mattered in, like you were part of building the thing. So, in the example of us, it's like we recently created a buy list, months ago, and all of us collaborated on that. That idea originated. It all happened. I shared some vision on like how to get there and stuff, and like kind of provided parameters for that to happen. But then, Sky Guy takes over communication with getting the guy to design the website. Alpal's heavily involved. Matt's heavily involved on the sales side of it. Brother Dave involved in the marketing, the content side of it. And like everybody was involved in getting that thing off the ground. And this is just one example, but so many things where somebody's voice matters and they feel like they're part of something and they have genuine stake in it. Like it is such a huge difference. So like I have been so slow to do that, to kind of empower and enable people to do that. But the fundamental shift, it's like, oh my gosh, like,
yeah, that's big.
What have I been missing out on? And it seems like this is kind of what you're doing with Kayla, with this Pokemon thing. It's popping off. And it feels like you're kind of like, it's like, just go for it. Yeah. Am I true in assuming that? And with Kayla, with other employees, like, has this been something?
Yeah, I think it's really important to give, it's not just a complete free for all, but it's definitely like, these are ways that I like things. And I always preface with these people, because it's one thing to like let people go and then go and do the thing and then change everything, be like, no, I need this and this. I was very open. I'm like, I'm going to come and check in every week, and I'm sure there's going to be some things that are going to be tweaked and maneuvered, but I need you to make this really good and sell Pokemon cards. But there might be a couple little things that I might change up, but do it. And It's the same thing you said. It's not just giving a directive, it's giving an ownership portion of it where it's like, she's proud of it.
Yeah.
It's not just, this is my idea, now go do it. It's very different. It's kind of like what you're saying.
So what does a check-in look like? In certain in different things. Like, what are some of the things you're doing?
I go through like she didn't get upset. She's very spunky. so she's spicy, which I love.
Yep.
But you know, she put on all of the stickers on the Pokemon cards. So sort of, I put the Pokemon pack this way, and I put it on where it's like the same straight way as the barcode, and she was just kind of slapping them on like portrait and just like on there, and I hated it. And I was like, oh, I hate that. And she's like, it's not a big deal. And I started taking them off, and we're gonna take them all off. She's like, no, we're not. I go, yes, we're gonna take them all off. And she was just like, you're insane. I'm like,
I love that.
Consistency is what is gonna bring excellence to all of these things. So I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'm telling you, it's important to me. She's like, got it. It's important to you. We're gonna do it. Just stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just little things that aren't like the end of the world. But like, I know I was told this before. I know you guys probably heard it. I don't try to change everything all at once, and like where people hate me and like I'm knee jerking. It's 1% at a time. If you have a ship that's going this way and you change 1% at a time for the next year, you're going in a completely different direction, but it doesn't hurt anybody along the way. You're just very gradually setting the culture of what it may look like.
100%.
Well, and it's still your guys' job to maintain a level of excellence and consistency in a business. Building a team and hiring people and even delegating responsibility and ownership to people can be great, but that doesn't mean you abandon them. Like, you still want to check in with them. You still want to make sure that they are succeeding what they're doing. I even watched you do this with a member of your team a couple of weeks ago. Is they were doing something that wasn't necessarily the right way to do it. And you said like, hey, let me sit with you and show you how I would do this so that you can know how to do it well next time. Not in a beating you up kind of way, but just like, hey, we want to have a level of excellence in what we do. And even though in the moments those can feel a little bit conflict heavy, like I think most team members will value that. At least good team members will value that because it raises the water level of the entire company.
I mean, the biggest thing that we can do, I feel like, with employees is, and I don't always nail this by any means, but is to set the ground right from the beginning. It's like, hey, I want to let you know I'm going to check in on things. It's not because I'm mad at you or upset with you. So there's just, I want things a certain way. I want to make sure it's that way. You preface all that you do all that at the beginning. And then you also show them the target. It's like, I could have probably been like, hey, I want all the packs to look like this forever. I missed it on that. But it's just like all those types of things. It's like, it's good to show people at the beginning of a thing, you know, what you want, and then let them know you might come back and talk to them about, hey, this is what it could look like.
Curious on the flip side of this, what's one thing that Chase or what's one thing that Rick is trying to do better and be better as a leader and as a business owner?
I think I'm learning a lot right now. Some things that I'm trying to do better, especially like in a weekend like this where I'm around people like you, who I look up to in a lot of ways. Like, I'm trying to learn from people that just know a lot more than me. And even if they're in like completely different industries that have nothing to do with mine, I'm really passionate about learning about leadership and just the principles of that and how I can apply that to my own business. But I do think that one thing that I've got a lot of room for improvement on is the check-in. We're talking about these check-ins and things, and I think I've actually gotten really good at empowering and letting people run with stuff. But then I just am like, whatever, you know, I cut the leash and they're gone. So I think there's the more consistent, like setting expectations, setting goals, like here's some things that you should try to work on. Like cause like I've got people, you know, that are really hungry to grow and to like have opportunities and do things. And if I give that to them, like they take it, and it's really cool to see. So like just growing in that and being more predictable, consistent with them, I think would be something I would love to get better at. And I'm learning a lot just in this conversation. So that's good.
Yeah, that's great. I'm not very efficient. I'm just like, that's not my strong suit. So I can spend time on things that I probably shouldn't spend time on all the time. And Michael helps me with that. There are some things that I don't care that I'm wasting time. We talked about, I love cleaning games. it's like therapeutic for me because
Yes.
I would say 95% of my day is met with, hey, Rick, we're trying to revamp the entire warehouse area. How should we do that? Hey, Rick, there's a divorce going on in my other job, and how do we help counsel these people? I'm met with these really big, grand ideas where I have to think, big brain thinking. What titles do we need? It's just all this stuff where I'm like, I want everyone to leave me alone, and I want to clean some video games. That's what I would like to do right now. And it's like, well, that's not very helpful right now. It is helpful for me. It's helpful for me to think and just to clear my brain right now because, guys, I'm struggling right now. Like, I just don't want to hear any more ideas or anything right now, or what's something else we should add to the YouTube channel. I'm like, I don't need it right now. I'm sorry. I just don't. I always feel bad because I'm like, I'm so thankful I don't have people on my team that don't think about anything. Like, these are all people on my team that are like, what if we did this? I think we should improve that. That's great.
It's
I
amazing.
love it. I just need to like put that at a certain time for me, not just free for all the time.
Yes.
I'd always rather tame a fire than start one. If I'm working with people where I have to like pull that out of them, drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Drives me
Oh,
nuts.
yeah.
But
100%.
I can work with somewhere I have to tame it. So, all right, final question, and then we'll wrap this up. If you were talking to someone that was maybe they're a solo small business person, or they're just looking at starting at building a team, what advice would you give to them starting out saying, hey, if you're going to build a team, this is the one thing you need to prioritize to build a team well?
So I think small businesses, we were just talking about this to another business owner today in a video. I think it's 15 to 20% of businesses fail in the first year. It jumps to 50 to 55% after 5 years, and most don't make it after 8 years. I think so much of it is hard because you have to do everything. You really do. I mean, if you're going to open up a small business, I mean, there's some hours that are going to be poured into it. I know a small business owner that is crushing it right now because he has found people around him that love it. And he is basically got a lot of part-time people to help him. So he went in right off the bat and was like, okay, I know I can't do all of this. He's a family guy. He's got a bunch of stuff going on. And he's like, I know I'll burn out if I do this all on my own. He has like an intern kid that's like 15 that it's a sports card shop.
Nice.
And he's got a kid coming in every week that he's just helping him, man. He's helping him comp stuff. He's got an older guy that loves old baseball cards. He's retired, and he's like, I'll pay you. He's like, I don't want you to pay me. I just think this is cool, dude, hanging out with you. And then he has another guy that he does pay, and it's just like all of these people that are just around him that love him and want to support him. And I feel like it's kind of his ticket right now where he's going to be able to build up to where he can get to that point to where he can hire the right people and things like that. But you got to have a team even when you're small. I don't know how that looks, but you have to have people around.
That is fantastic advice. I really like that because I was going to say something similar. And one was like start slow, like progress into it, which is kind of a similar thing to what you're saying. Like, when Brother Dave started, he was part-time. And before that, I actually had Alpal like as a very brief contractor. So technically Alpal was first. And it's funny, all these people that started part-time are now full-time. And like my goal is to get them to a point where it's all like a sustainable income to support families. Like that's my goal for everyone that's full-time at Caterpie. And we're getting there. But yeah, like starting that slow and progressing into it, I think is very helpful. And it's like, it forces you to stretch those muscles and like learn how to lead a team, learn how to like delegate like little things here and there. Like that was really hard for me to let go of anything. It took me so long, still takes me long in other areas to let go of certain things. And there's things I do need to let go of. But I think if you can just do it bit by bit, I always said I would never have one employee. I said I would never have two.
We've had so many conversations in the car where he's like, David is it. I'll never have another person. David is it. I'm like, I don't know, Chase.
You're like, what else isn't going to happen, Chase? You want to just
let's just put it out there in the universe.
Yeah. So
it's cool to see. I mean, that's like kind of what I'm saying and what you're saying is
yeah.
all these people, all the people that work for you, they were all in videos.
Yeah.
They're all in hunting video. Like they just been a part of it. So
Wait,
it's like
yes, it's true.
It
Nobody
just,
was getting paid back then. You know,
Right.
we were just doing it for fun. We were bros being dudes.
Yeah.
You know?
And now it's a team that it's so special. Like you get to help support their family. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Well, hey guys, thanks for tuning in and joining us for this episode of the Reseller Room podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to continue this conversation with a video call on the Discord. We'd love to have you guys join us. Chase is going to be there talking about some more things about building a team. So if you're a small business owner and looking at building a team, we'd love to have you a part of that conversation. Link below. Join us. Have a great day.
Thank you, Rick.